Just gonna go live. All the heart of America being able to watch. You are?
10, 9, 8, 7,
Here we go. Checking in on the first global qualifier, the MultiGP series. We're live on the MultiGP YouTube channel for real this time on Heart of America as well. 4 super fast pilots here in seats. Nick Knack, one of the tops of the North Central region. Also, RaceBot last year 18th overall in qualifying. Mondo 38th at the Pro Championship earlier this fall, and Mari, that's doing his thing as well. Grippin' and rippin'. We are underway, chasing a TQ time of 32-2. Propsicle setting it earlier. We're working on lap number 3 here with RaceBot. RaceBot now crashed out, starting with 4 down to 2. Looks like we're just down to Mondo and Race and Nick Knack. Nick Knack just ahead on pace to have a personal best.
Mondo 5 flat.
33 seconds left on the master race clock. Nick Knack working on lap number 5. Over at that corkscrew section. 25 seconds still to go. On to lap number 6 we take him. He's going to stay out there. Came to fly from Moberly, Missouri. Burning that lipo. And that is where it comes to an end. Big move on the board there for Mondo, going from 4th to 3rd overall with a 36.8 on the run. Looks like that includes his last 3 laps with a personal best 12 even on lap 5. So laps 3, 4, 5 putting Mondo the total of 36.8 in the number 3 spot on the global leader board. And Doug Kling, did I actually get it working on the right YouTube channel this time around? Looks like it is. I have people checking in on YouTube. Saber FPV and Leviathan saying, yo, is this legal though? Yeah, for sure. This is the first global qualifier, the 2020 MultiGP Global Series. Of course, attempting to qualify in the top 200 for Pro Class. We just saw 2 pilots in that last heat that were at the Pro Class champs. Mondo finishing just inside of the top 40. And Amari, of course, everyone talking about his big win last night on NBC Sports in the DRL sim. He was 8th overall at Pro Class champs, flying IRL. And you're seeing these pilots here pounding their personal best laps, looking for their fastest 3 to be ranked on the MultiGP Global Leaderboard. And the format in 2020, every global qualifier allows pilots to have 10 rounds of qualifying. And Sean Ames here at Heart of America FPV and ensuring that social distancing protocols are in play and doing a show up, go up type of qualifying. So they're all in different orders. Some have flown more than others as they work their way into getting their top 10. And we are getting set to go into our next group of pilots here. A couple new pilots and a couple veterans as well getting set to fly. Looks to be about the 43rd heat of the day under official timing. There's going to be Sicko FPV, Droner, Blue Line FPV, and Mondo. Rigor Mortis says, yay, a bit of normal coming back. Yeah, it's normal.
1 minute to the start.
Racing drones IRL in real life. In this heat, we got Droner, who is 17th overall at champs.
10, 9, 8.
About to go green.
6, Less than 5.
Looks like 21 pilots competing over the course of the day. And we are under green. Mondo at the hole shot, then Droner, then Psycho, then Blue Line FPV. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting with 4, and they're all still standing. Droner, your leader at that corkscrew section, about to post our opening lap. And that'll be a 15-1 to start things off. So far, Droner 6th overall, his personal best on the day. Last time in the chair, he had a 43.8. So faster than the 15-second opening lap. Blue Line across with a 19.6. Mondo with a 26.7. Now we got a 15 and a 13 for Droner. Looking for another 13. See if he can keep climbing up that ladder.
Droner 14.7.
There's a 14 for Droner. On to lap 4, we take him. Just over a minute left here on the master race clock. See if we can get him lined up here for a battle for track position. Blue Line and Mondo are a couple laps apart, just one lap apart as they were going through the corkscrew section. Almost in visual stereo optic for a second. 40 seconds still to go. Mondo with a 12.6 as he goes on to lap number 6. Looks like that is where he's going to set it down. 2 more to finish up. One more to finish up. Droner staying out there. He's got a couple 13s in his deck. How you doing, Sean Ames? You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good. We got Droner here just bettered him by a few seconds. He said he hit his goal of sub 40 for the day. So, yeah, things are going good. Living a dream.
We get to do this.
Joe Scully. We get to do this.
Lionel Rodriguez asking, is J-Box FPV in this race? Doesn't look to be. Looks like your roster here unofficially is Amari, Blue Line FPV, Calculus TX, Darren, Droner, Evil One, Excavator, Fix It, Mondo, Knickknack, Patty D, Propsicle, Racebot, Shames, Sicko FPV, Wheelman, Subtrop, and Squiddy Man. Rigor Mortis asking, where is this going on? Well, it is going on in the Show Me State of Missouri, down in Moberly, Missouri. The first global qualifier. Of course, the global qualifying season was supposed to start on March 20th, the start of spring, thanks to coronavirus. The whole world on hold, but now as those restrictions are being lifted a little bit, this is officially the first global qualifier of the season. MultiGP still on track to have the qualifying series go to Labor Day weekend in September. Last year, over 1,100 pilots ranked on the global leaderboard. Top 200 going to the Pro Class champs. Next 100 able to attend. Going to the Sport Class Championship. And those right now seem to be in good position. It'll be Halloween weekend, October 31 and 2 for the Sport Class Championship. And 1 weekend later, first weekend in November, the Pro Class Championship in the greater Daytona Beach area, I believe. No official announcements as of yet. But peace and love, don't judge. Peace and love, peace and love. This will be Fix It, Darren, Excavator, and Evil FPV. Excavator, Darren, and Fix It were in the sport class rankings in the top 400 or so in the sport class. And as we have 4 up, here's some good watching right here. This is what sport class is all about. Blade to blade and a pace that you can even follow. First one down looks to be Excavator, starting with 4 down to 3. And Evil One looks to be your leader here, pushing on to lap number 2. That'll be a 22.8 to start things off. Now you saw Fix It crossover second with a 25.8. Everyone has 2 minutes to fly their laps, but lap number 1 for all pilots starts when they go through the start-finish gate. So that's why you saw a little bit of a difference in the time. There's Evil 1 with a pair of 22s at lead lap, lap number 3. Still with another 50 seconds or less here to go on the master race clock. Down to just Fix It and Darren, both of them working on lap number 3. And Fix It getting ahead here for track position somehow. He has a 23 and change, gets on to lap number 4. Still another 30 seconds on the clock if he wants it. It's your fastest 3 consecutive, your first 3, your last 3, your middle 3, and he's working on lap 4. And we're still good. 20 seconds left on the clock. There's Darren onto lap number 4. He's going to stay out there. Clock about to count down. Here we go. There's the ding. That one is over. And the global qualifying rolls on. My browser tabs are all messed up here. So I got some messages. Gonna have to get to them a little bit later on. Fun times. Last year there was over 115, maybe more, 120 global qualifiers worldwide. This year that number I think is going to change a little bit with the new format that is in play. Last year a global qualifier was an event hosted by a chapter, and it consisted of 5 rounds, and we saw numerous chapters combining for double headers so that pilots could get 10 packs in a day. That has now since been changed, and now every chapter can host 10 qualifying rounds. So I believe you'll see a lower number of qualifiers, but you'll see potentially more pilots as people excited to get out in the sunshine racing IRL. We say hello to Double A watching on YouTube as well. Next heat to go here. Heat number 45 of the day. Mari, Squiddy Man, Shames, and Nick Knack are up. Of course, Shames, your chapter organizer, hosting this event at his home property. Always a pleasure to host his friends and family for drone racing in the big backyard. Race control in his drone house, his own mini drone house out in the backyard. Very fortunate to have that. Of course, if you want a property that comes with a race control and a drone course, Central Missouri Home Team, contact them. You can buy a property like this one or even this one. Get a good deal. No? Not for sale? Everything's for sale. That's what I thought. Shames finished 56th overall at Champs in November 2019 in Daytona, Florida. Qualified 25th overall to the championship. His personal best in Velocidrone, a 32.9 on his fastest 3 consecutive. He is exactly 4 seconds longer here in real life at 36.9, his fastest 3 consecutive. That came from his first round on the track, and we are underway. Looked like Shames got the whole shot, then it was Amari, then Squiddy Man and Nick Knack FPV waiting at the line, and the prerogative is his. You don't have to be the first one out there. It's your fastest 3. You can take as many as you can slide in the 2 minutes allotted. You're looking at a pair of 15s for Shames and Amari, the Heart of America pilots, the team pilots, racing together, separated by a little bit here on the track. Shames now on to lap number 3 with a 13-2. Here comes Amari. Mari gets onto that lead lap with a longer 16-1. Looks like they are separated by about 6.1 seconds. Your leader here for track position, Shames, working with a 13 the last time around. And we lost Shames. Black screen of death. The bottom left-hand corner of your screen. So that's going to put Amari up into the number 1 spot here for track position. And so far, Amari 3 laps down, and he's getting faster. PB on the board. Personal best for his fastest 3 at a 45-6 so far. As he works on lap number 5, trying to scrub one of those 15s from laps 1 and 2. Around that corkscrew we go. Lots of time on the clock. Another 40 seconds still to go here for Amari. And there is a 14. So he's got a pair of 14s and a 15, totaling up to 44 and change now for Amari. Looking to continue to climb up that board. Squiddy Man working on lap number 3. There's 6 laps down for Amari. 6 laps.
15 seconds left.
His last lap looked to be about a 14 and change. That'll work as well.
10.
Look, 44.064. As we get ready to wave a checkered flag the next time they go through that Heart of America start-finish gate. And that last one not helping out Amari. So 7 laps recorded. Looked to be about laps 3, 4, 5 to move Amari up 2 pegs into the number 7 spot with a fastest 3 consecutive lap time of 44-0. We lost Shames on lap number 3. We lost Squiddy Man on lap number 3. So next up, it'll be Sicko FPV, Droner, Racebot, and Mondo. Got a little traveling action here to attend the first ever global qualifier. Sicko FPV making the trip from Kentucky. Droner making the trip from Mississippi. Racebot from Nebraska. And Mondo here in his home state of Missouri, just down the road in Moberly. Say hello to Motor Burner checking in on the YouTube. Yeah, I'm using the MultiGP database. I kind of cheat that way, Shames. I also have his email. If you're a fan, if you're a Mondo fan, open up your Gmail right now. Put in this address. Oh, yeah. I'm getting my tiny trainer here very soon from Fly533. Super stoked. Hey, before you guys fly, say hello to Captain Vanover watching as well. No pressure. 2017 MultiGP champion. Reigning DRL champion. Watching these gunners about to fly. Going to be watching Racebot in this one, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. He was 18th overall on the global qualifier list last year. And we are green underway. It's Racebot, then Mondo, Droner, and Sicko FPV 1, 2, 3, 4 to open things off. Watch Racebot. Man, he's getting around those ghost branches. He's already at the corkscrew. Lap 1 about to come in right there. Racebot with a 13 and change. Mondo had a 12.7. Droner had a 14.1. And Psycho looks to be having a good time on the course. You got an 11.7 for Racebot the second time around. Mondo with a 13.4. Droner with a 13.6. So far, RaceBot sitting with a total of 36.2 on his fastest 3 laps consecutively. That's 3 12-second lap times, and he's already got an 11 in his deck and a 13. Need another 11. That would move him up a little bit, at least on the time, for times to be challenged in the future on the global qualifier list. Just under a minute still to go here on the master race clock. RaceBot, Mondo, Droner all working on lap number 5. And RaceBot gonna put it down right there. Mondo's gonna stay out there potentially. Oh no, yaw spin at death, pretty side down. We're gonna risk the quad, why not? Came to fly. Yes, Mondo took off, just about took out Psycho at the ladder. 30 seconds if you want it. It is all Mondo right there. With the crash, it was a 22. He had a 12 and 6 a couple ago. And it looks like everyone down, they're out of chairs and on their way to retrieve some quads, and another heat here in the books. So, Shames, what measures do you have in place for social distancing there?
We have hand sanitizer, and there's a handful of pilots and spectators that are wearing masks, and we're just trying to honor one another's personal space. So normally I would be giving Amari a hug right now,
Air hug.
but I am
Air
not.
hug.
Air hug. We have social distanced high fives. Oh, our group photo today, we were all spread out at least 6 feet apart. So that was definitely a big step in the right direction. So
Definitely making it happen.
there's a handful of pilots and spectators that are wearing masks.
So in the sheets in front of me, it looks like your next heat's going to be Fix It, Darren, Excavator, and Propsicle. I think this will be pack number 7 of 10 for Propsicle. It'll be pack 6 of 10 for Fix It.
So that was definitely a big step in the right direction.
It'll be pack 8 for Darren. Not that I'm counting. Archer FPV, excited to get back to some racing soon. Yeah, it's now time. Pizza's here. Pizza's here. Yeah, you and me both. Say hello to Quad Doc as well, watching on YouTube. What's up, Kevin? It was an exciting night last night in the Turner household, that DRL race on NBC Sports. I didn't get to see it, but I'm going to watch back the archive. It's been a pretty exciting week. All kinds of races. My weekend just doesn't end. Doing sim competition after sim competition, and really stoked to be looking at some of that glitchy 480 analog FPV feed. Just like Shames wanted to hug Mondo, I want to hug this standard definition FPV feed. It's a welcome sight to my old eyes. Real racing. Real static. Sim competition after sim competition, and really stoked to be looking at some of that glitchy 480. He's going to be watching Propsicle bottom right-hand corner. He's the TQ on the day. Second last time we saw him when I streamed to the wrong YouTube channel, he had a 32 and change. That is the personal best. It's the fastest time on the global qualifier track officially. MultiGP.com, the standardized course that they race all around the world. We've got a 13-1 to open things up here for Propsicle. His personal best here on the track, 3 10-second lap times to post that 32 and change. And it doesn't look like we're going to get one here on lap 1 and 2. But this is the great part of the fastest 3 consecutive. When you're doing 10-second lap times and it's a 2-minute race, you should be able to do 10 or 11 laps. So great opportunity to regroup and refocus, as Propsicle posting a 16 the last time around. Now he's just going to save the quad. No worries, no hurries. 70 seconds remaining here on the master race clock. Still with Fix It, Excavator, and Darren doing their thing. Fix It leading the charge right now. Top left-hand corner of your screen. Over to the double stack gate behind the trees. Now into our corkscrew. That's the feature in the global qualifier that was made pretty prominent at our pro class and sport class championship last year. Like to see that carry forward. And something I've been practicing in Velocidrone, the official sim of MultiGP drone racing. 30 seconds still to go.
30 seconds left.
Leader still Fix It. As fast as 3:69 and change. That's 3:33s from earlier.
15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7,
About to wave a checkered flag. Excavator with a buzzer beater. One more lap if he wants it.
Darren 25.
And you'll take it. Darren done 4 laps in this session. 4 laps in 2 minutes and 2. And that is not a personal best. As fast as 3 this time around. Looks to be a little deep there on the screen. 1 to finish up.
Excavator 57.9.
And that one is done. Looks like no personal best. So everyone having some fun in the sun that just came out. It was overcast earlier. Moberly, Missouri. First global qualifier of the 2020 MultiGP series. That pizza looked good.
Up next, race number 1. Target America. Race order back. Patty D.
Yeah, we haven't, where I live, they do delivery, I guess. Costs a little extra. Sometimes they deliver in the woods. This will be Patty D, Calculus, TX, Sub, Trop, and Evil 1 FPV. I believe this is the first time posting times on that global leaderboard for Patty D and Evil FPV. Last year we saw Calculus TX and Sub Trop do their thing, finishing just inside of the top 600 of sport class. Calculus TX was in the number 526 spot on the global leaderboard, Sub Trop in sport class, and Sub Trop is in the number 647 spot in sport class. Just getting their start last year. It's a whole new year, and we have a whole new class with Patty D and Evil FPV as well. We talk about the global leaderboard, top 200 going to the pro class championship, the next 100 going to the sport class championship, one of our favorite races of the year, that sport class championship. And that is in the running with the pro class championship or the MultiGP championship the next weekend, and even the International Open. We had so much fun, the sport class pilots, watching the race. We're going to see a few sport class pilots take to the skies here in just a few moments. Going into the pro class championship, the next 100 going to the sport class championship. That go tone, whole shot going to Evil 1 FPV. He's over to the back, split S gate. We're going to take Calculus TX. Looks to be, oh no, look at this. We have a battle up for the front between Evil 1 and Patty D. Oh no, Patty D getting stuck in a gate. The start finish gate. What a gate to crash into. Down to 3, still with another 80 seconds still to go. Clock just warming up. 40 seconds in, 1:20 left. And your leader, Evil 1, onto lap number 3. Patty D right with them. Did we have a double back on the line? Yeah, Patty D must have double backed on the line there. Evil 1, your leader, at the corkscrew, about to go on to lap number 4, still with another 45 seconds or so to go on the master race clock. Another 30 seconds to go here on the master race clock. So we're getting the production notes coming in on the live stream chat there. Doug Kling, or Dougie, who is producing this remotely, they said they could use a little more volume that's coming from Archer FPV. I guess a little more throttle on the main live stream. Say hello to Jake Hammer. Hey, buddy. Let's wave a checkered flag next time that we cross over here with Calculus and Patty D. That one is in the books. Kevin Turner says he hears a mild echo. You're going to hear that. That's just technology. Just think of it as you're watching a live broadcast and you hear the stadium announcer in the background. I mean, we're just be impressed with what we're giving you right now. I mean, you're getting the feeds from Heart of America's home field in Moberly, Missouri. You're seeing me jumping in real time, in essence, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, all going to Massachusetts, where Doug Kling is merging it all and syncing it together and then sending it all over the world on the MultiGP YouTube channel, in addition to the Heart of America FPV YouTube channel. And I'm going to try and pump it out to Facebook as well. I want to drop it in the MultiGP drone racing community, but just don't have an extra screen here at the moment. Jumping in real time. Corey Mann saying hello from Ottawa. What's up, buddy? North of that line. Massachusetts, where Doug Kling is merging it all and syncing it together and then sending it all over the world on the MultiGP YouTube channel. So next seed here, Blue Line FPV, Wheelman, Shames, and Droner. Droner's been flying a bunch here back to back. Just don't have an extra screen. This might be his fifth pack here. We saw him not too long ago. And Shames, this is pack number 9, I believe. Shames and Droner both featured at the 2019 MultiGP Championship. Shames finishing up 56 overall, Droner 17th overall in our pro class division. Flying a bunch here back to back. But of course, at this part of this season is all about that global leaderboard. Last year, Droner was 88th of our field of about 1,100 pilots, and Shames 25th overall on the global leaderboard. That was the past. Shames right now in the present, Shames is 4th overall in the world. Droner is 5th, separated by about a second a lap. Of course, Wheelman and Blue Line getting their first GQ times in their drone racing career. You weren't ready, Shames. Look at that, huh? Can you imagine if you could do that at any race? You're like, you're not ready. You just go up. Nope, I'm going to stop. I'm not ready. Oh, that was for Droner. That wasn't even for you. All right. So we tested this with drone racing in real life on Friday, 2 days ago in Australia. I went from Canada to Australia remotely, and it worked out pretty good. That's why we are able to green flag here today. And I see we're sharing some keyboards and stuff. So what they did in Australia is they literally took hand sanitizer and dropped it all over the keyboard. I don't know if the keyboard survived, but at least those typing on the keyboard did. So that is a suggestion. Nobody go. Nobody go. Do not launch. Goggle up, goggle up, goggle up. Shames, if we do this again for your next global qualifier, we'll just team viewer it. And I'll run your race for you remotely as well. Archer FPV saying, now things are getting back to normal. We need Shannon to reschedule the Mayhem team race. He's ready to race in for 12 hours straight. Well, good news, and of course, not official. The date has been set. The venue is 99% a lock. And so that announcement should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. We'll do the old TBS. 2 weeks, guys. 2 weeks. You'll know. The big concern there on the social distancing end in team racing when you have 8 pilots jammed in a 10x10 tent, but I think we'll all survive this together and have a better tomorrow by the time we get to Mayhem. We're about to go green here. Another heat of qualifying. It's Wheelman Shames and Blue Line FPV, your 3 pilots here on the course. Of course, you got Shames in fine form. 4th overall with a 36-9. He's going to post a 13 and change to start things off. Then Blue Line with a 15-0 and Wheelman with a 19-0. Starting with 3, we still have 3. As we're watching Shames, bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Home advantage. Oh, no. Well, he figures he's at home. He might as well cut the lawn while he has company over as well. Props in the long grass. And now Shames back up. Your leader here. Still in good position, but Blue Line FPV was creeping up to him. And now we're just down to Blue Line FPV. Blue Line, your new leader, about to cross onto lap 3. There he goes or lap 4 rather. Blue Line getting it done. That last one was a 15 and change. Right now, Blue Line is posting his personal best with a 47.8. That's laps 1, 2, and 3. He still has another 50 seconds still to go. We're looking at 15s before now with a 17, getting a little longer. But Blue Line has something started, climbing up to the number 9 spot overall with his fastest 3 consecutive, still with time to go on the clock. 180 around a couple of flags. Now on to lap number 6. Those times are getting longer, but the ones that mattered look to be laps 2 and 3 and 4 for Blue Line FPV. And that's going to give him a total of 47.8 personal best, moving up to 9th overall. Good job, Blue Line FPV. I was excited to be a part of that. Normally when it comes to a race, the global qualifier is in essence one big qualifier, and we've never been really excited to bring qualifiers to the interwebs, but today is a special day as we kick off the global qualifying series. Gonna find an open tab here and share the Facebook Live into the MultiGP drone racing community. Hopefully. I have so much going on all these tabs in preparation of tonight's big race. We're doing the Youth Drone Sports Championships Minnesota State High School Virtual Drone Racing Tournament tonight at 7:30 Central on Fox Sports North, in addition to all the Hydra FPV channels on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. It's our team format tonight, similar to DCL, where we start with 1v1s and we finish in a big heat. And to accomplish that remotely in the sim actually takes more screens than it does here IRL in real life. It's Amari, Sicko FPV, Racebot, and Squiddy Man. Your next 4 to work. Racebot was 18th overall last year on the global leaderboard. Right now, he's 2nd overall on the global leaderboard with a 36.2 fastest 3 laps consecutive in real life. And I don't see him on the leaderboard here in Velocidrone, the official sim of MultiGP. I'd like to compare those times. Right now, look like with Propsicle and Shames, they were about 2 seconds on their fastest 3 laps between the sim and in real life. Of course, you can fly this track in the official simulator of MultiGP drone racing. Velocidrone is the name of the game where we game and race. Velocidrone.com, less than $20. Download it, hook up your radio, and this course is easily found under all the tracks. You just search for MultiGP 2020 Global Qualifier. Basically, just search global and you'll be able to download it, fly it, and post on the online leaderboard. Right now, a 27.6 in the sim is the fastest time on the track. That's by Neukel FPV, who's #1 right now in Velocidrone on all multiplayer competition. We saw him at Champs last year. He was 14th overall in Daytona, qualified just inside of the top 40. And we are green, and we are now doing a little turtle mode action for RaceBot, crashing out right before the corkscrew section. Now he's going to have to deal with a little bit of lap traffic as Psycho FPV was about to tangle up with him. Now we're separated. RaceBot backing on his way back at the corkscrew here on lap number 2, and Psycho working his way into the double stack split S on the back right-hand corner of the track. RaceBot now onto lap number 3 with a 12:5. His fastest 3 laps so far, 36:2. That's 3 12-second lap times. Let's see what he gets done. It'll take laps 2, 3, and 4, or maybe a few more here to raise that bar a little bit more. And like that, we're pulling up a 19. Lots of time on the clock, a minute left, so we can start from scratch on that time here with RaceBot, the last one in the air. And that's how we do it right there, starting with an 11-0. We'll take it. 2 more to go. Lots of lipo still in the tank. 45 seconds on the clock. That is an eternity. RaceBot now with a 13-2. We'll take it. An 11 and a 13. Averages at 12. Lap number 3 could raise his bar a little bit. We got to be underneath the 36-2 at that corkscrew. Loosey goosey. 13-8. Not going to be enough right there. That's a bad beat, but a great try. An 11.0, nothing to shake a stick at. That 11.0 could have been combined with some stuff to do some damage and maybe take over the #1 spot from Propsicle with that 32 at the top of the board. Great effort there by RaceBot. 6 laps in the session. Quad Doc excited for RaceBot there, was cheering him on behind the scenes. Even Quad Doc's times are about 1 to 2 seconds off of the sim. And Graham Parkinson watching the start of this event on the Heart of America YouTube channel. Yeah, definitely pop on over in another tab to Heart of America FPV in YouTube. Just search Heart of America FPV and subscribe to the channel. This broadcast is live on that channel as well. We're on the MultiGP YouTube channel, but Doug Kling producing this remotely on the far East Coast, and I here, the center part of the continent, have other things to do at some point, so we'll be bidding adios at some point, and so we'll be ending the MultiGP stream, but definitely go to the Heart of America stream, and you'll be going back to the live stream action from the track on Heart of America FPV, using some fancy stuff behind the scenes. We can broadcast on 100 channels, even the wrong ones, like what happened earlier. There's Crew Z FPV. He's watching on the Heart of America YouTube channel. He was just with us on a sim race, the Velocidrone Open Championship wildcard qualifier about 3 hours ago. Yeah, buddy. Good to see you again. Lehan, that's Leon FPV. Leon Vander says he has to get out to one of these races here at Heart of America FPV. I'm sure the invitation's always open. Say hello to Johnny Fly watching as well. And Lennon FPV. What's up, Joshua? Next heat getting set to fly. Fix It, Darren, Excavator, and Propsicle. As of this moment right now, Propsicle, the fastest pilot in the world on the MultiGP Global Qualifier track. I know Johnny Fly just hit his computer screen. Yes, we know, because it's the first one. We read your Facebook comments. But hey, got to remember last year, the pilot in the #1 spot held it for 13 weeks till Heads Up FPV took the #1 spot and held it for another 11. And it is good to be #1. Propsicle held the #1 spot for a while last year as well. And last year, 5th overall in qualifying before Champs, finishing 10th at Champs. And Excavator, Darren, and Fix It ready to raise their bars. They're in the top half of that global leaderboard. Above the grade and off to the races we go. Again, another heat of flying. Heart of America FPV. Issues at the start for Fix It FPV. He's on his lid. Not sure if he's going to be able to flip it over to go pretty side down and take off again. Propsicle already at that corkscrew. Remember, his PB is a 32 and change. He's going to open things up with a 14.8. Fastest 3 consecutive laps. And let's see what he gets done. Lap number 2, 3, and 4, I think are going to be burners. There's a 10.4 on pace to raise the bar on that global leaderboard we're just talking about. We get on to lap number 2 with Darren and Excavator. Propsicle now with an 11.1. Call it a 10 and change and an 11.1 on pace to raise that TQ time under a 32. And there is a 10.9. So pair of 10s and an 11. Still need to be a little faster. There's another 10.7. So pair of 10-second lap times back to back. Oh no. We're so close. I think shame's on your scoring PC. You need to show the fastest 3 consecutive column. Because unless I do quick math, I'm not sure what those his fastest 3 consecutive were on that run. I know it wasn't a 32 and 2, but it was dang close. Especially.
All right, Joe, we got a question here on legal flight line. So you know the back part of the track where we've got the yes, ladder, Hefty's ladder as I call it, leading into the split S gate. There's the 2 flags. Now you have to go to the right of the first flag, but if you go to the right of the second flag, is that a out of bounds or is that legal? Because you are in fact going to the right of the first flag.
You're going to the right of the first flag, but you got to imagine like a beam on the side of the second flag. So even if you go far to the right, you still have to double back to go to the left of the flag, right? So you have to be to the left-hand side of the plane, like 180 degrees of the stem.
Of the first flag?
I don't have the layout in front of me, and off the top of my head, I can't remember which way you go. You go split S. The first flag, you go to the right. The second flag, you go to the left. So it sounds like he missed going through the second, past the second flag on the left.
Well, essentially what he did is when he went to go around the first flag, he also went around the second flag on the left-hand side. He did a wider left-hand turn than he needed to, and he technically went around both flags, then did the split S, then went to the left side of the second flag. So I mean, I think it wasn't a PB, but I'm just kind of curious on the call. What
as long as once you check off that he went by the correct side of the flag, as long as he then went to the split S next, because it has to be in consecutive order, right? You can't go split S back to the flag because then you'd have to go back to the split S. But what you're describing to me seems to be legit. And you just think of it like Velocidrone. You need that little ting when you go by it, and you need to go through that window. And yeah, whether you go wide to make it happen, then that should be legit. Unfortunately, you don't have a hard drive in your DVR. We could watch it back together, and you could really describe what you're seeing. And I'm not sure which run it is. I know on YouTube you'd be able to play it back, but I would say that would be the call. Yeah. Yeah.
Discussion. I'm sure someone will bring it up.
Yes. We'll be able to put it in the group chat with all the chapter organizers.
Put it on a list of expressions.
I got too many of those.
This one, building this next heat, we've got Patty D, Calculus TX, Subtrop, and Eagle FPV. Getting it done. I think these are all St. Louis guys.
Subtrop from St. Louis.
From the great state of Illinois. I think so.
Calculus is from Maryland Heights, Missouri, according to his MultiGP profile. Oh, all right.
St. Louis County.
Everyone's from St. Louis.
Hey, I'm just curious, are you guys getting quad noises? Is the ambient mic working?
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah.
Great. Oh, actually, hey, we got to pause here, guys. We need to change the battery.
Oh,
in the
no.
timer. Nice to have in between.
Why not? Short pause for the cause. Timing is important. We say hello to Chief, watching on YouTube. What's up, Alex Campbell? He's, I'm sure, excited to fly this course. And looks like he hasn't even posted a time on the leaderboard in Velocidrone yet. Chief, you got to get on it. MultiGP 2020 Global Qualifier in Velocidrone. Make sure you have it. He knows the deal. Make sure you put it in single 3 laps and publish that time on the leaderboard. In Velocidrone, it's a 27.6 held by Neukel. And in real life, the first global qualifier, the MultiGP series here in 2020, it's a 32.2 from Propsicle. We were talking about the difference of about 2 seconds. So Propsicle's best time in the sim, 6th overall on the leaderboard in Velocidrone.com at 30.4, so just under that 2 seconds. And as Quad Doc was saying earlier in the chat, Quad Doc is 1 to 2 seconds between the sim and in real life, and so everyone kind of on pace with that. And I'm sure there is one person that'll be the opposite of the rule, no doubt. About to go green here in about 15 seconds or less. So Archer FPV talking about those 10-second lap times. Yeah, last heat, Propsicle did 5 laps, and 3 of them were in the 10s. He had a 10-4, 10-9, 10-7. Would have been good enough to take over the number 1 spot, but he had an 11.1. Can you imagine that? Oh, too bad, an 11.1 in there. But he still holds that TQ spot. I was able to pull it up. So 32.5 was Propsicle's fastest 3 that last time around. And that was laps 2, 3, 4, 10-4, 11-1, 10-9 for 32.5. And that's 0.3 of a second longer, 0.1 of a second a lap than his personal best here on the track. As we are green, clock just warming up to run, about 35 seconds in, a minute 25 still to go. Starting with 4 down to 3. And Subtrop leading the charge here to go on to lap number 3. A 22 and change and a 21. Subprop looking for his first 3 laps consecutive to get posted on that global leaderboard. A little shaky video for him, but he's now going to be ranked, still with lots of time on the clock, just over a minute. And there's your first 3 laps coming in for Subtrop, moving him up to 11th with 67.4 on his fastest 3. Now with the opportunity to raise the bar a little bit more. We're going to get Patty D onto lap number 3, and looks like Calculus as well. Subtrop getting faster. His last 3, his fast 3 now, a 63.9, his fastest 3 laps consecutive. as he works on lap number 4 over at the Hefty ladder, as Shames calls it. It's a double stack gate. It's a split S, but oof, Subchop having some contact with terra firma and a ghost branch over at the corkscrew. Everyone racing a line. Looks like one more to go. Patty DB, if you want it. That's a buzzer beater getting by just before the bell. We'll shut down Calculus TX there. 5 laps in the session. And a personal best looks like the last 3. A 21, a 22, and a 21 to put Calculus TX in the number 11 spot with a 65.4. Yeah. On a fastest 3, Subtrop with a 63.9 to Calculus's 65.4 in the last little bit. Fun times. I see what you did here. So this is about the 53rd heat of the day, but the 40th qualifying heat. Lots of racing. Here's another good roster. Amari, Psycho, Shames, and Droner. 3 pilots featured at the 2019 MultiGP Championship in Daytona, Florida. Shames finishing just inside of the top 60. Droner finishing 17th. And Amari, 8th overall. Made it to that top 16, the final 16, the championship bracket at the tail end. Finishing top 8. Getting a couple of bucks of prize money. And an awesome top 10 finish. Quite consistent. 11th overall in the global qualifier last year. 8th overall at champs. A gain of 3. Archer FPV is the exact opposite. Remember I said there was going to be an exception to the rule? Archer FPV says he's usually 10 to 15 seconds faster in real life than he is in the sim. I don't know how that makes any sense. I think you need to do some tuning. Archer FPV, find the Velocidrone Discord channel and post up that you have some issues making your simulated quad to fly the same as your IRL quad, and I'm sure the simulators will be able to help you out, because you should be able to make the experiences quite similar in the simulator. I gotta write that one down. What was I doing? I was trying to share this video to the MultiGP drone racing community. Oh, maybe it's not going to my Facebook. Oh, that'd be why. It would be so good if I was actually streaming to a Facebook account. Then I could share it to Facebook. Love doing math and science behind the scenes. Got full video. Better hit that button. There's no way you're going to grid up Shames in 45 seconds or less. Oh, you're going to try it. Uh-oh. Computer lady's going to yell at you. To the podium. Can you... Still going. That's a long row. 30 seconds. The big question, will Shames make it back at his chair, or will he have to delay the start? Look at this. He's going to make it. With 10 seconds to spare. Dedication. Going green one more time. Hot field of pilots here. 2 There were champs last year, or 3 at champs last year, 1 getting ranked for the first time here. So far today, Shames is the fastest as we get ready to bring the field around. It's Amari, then Droner, and we lost Shames. Just waiting for Sicko to get onto that lead lap, watching Amari and Droner, both of them coming out of the corkscrew at the same time, but Droner just ahead of Amari, even though they have different clocks separating them. Great to see that battle here for track position. Amari and Droner battling out. Droner at the end of the corkscrew, heading on to lap number 4. Amari, 2 gates back. He gets on to lap number 4 as well. Throwing down here for track position. Looking at a couple of 13s for the pilots here. Lots of time on the clock. Halfway through, a minute in, minutes still to go. Amari now at that split S at the backside, working on lap number 5. About 6 seconds ahead of Droner. Droner at the corkscrew now. As Amari goes on to lap number 6, he's going to stay out there. 40 seconds left on the master race clock. Amari on to lap 6, Droner on to lap number 6. They're separated by 4.6 seconds. As Psycho FPV about to record lap number 3. There he does. And on to lap 4, we take him with another 25 seconds still to go on the master race clock. There's a 12 and 6 from Amari, followed by another 12 and 6 for Amari. Partnered up with his 13-second time. Amari just broke the top 5, and he sets it down right there, moving up to the number 5 spot with a total of 38.2 for Amari. Yesterday's champion is hero of the game here in this heat and breaking our top 5 on the MultiGP global leaderboard with 13 and a pair of 12s. Looks like that was the only personal best we saw in the run other than Shames' run back and forth. Droner, what's up, buddy? You doing good? I'm on a screen somewhere. We see you. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Just checking out your times. You did 6 laps. Looks like you had some timing issues there. Nope, you don't know timing issues. I just don't know how to read the race screen. Looks like your fastest lap was a 12.5 on lap number 5, Droner. Good job, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Share in a group. MultiGP drone racing community. And set for our next heat to fly here.
Shames 127.2.
Posting our times here on the global leaderboard. 17, 18, 19, 21 pilots competing. Of course, no standardized heat order. It's show up, go up to afford 2 things. The show up, go up system allowing for faster throughput using all of the seats available to fly every single heat for efficiency. And of course, if someone thought they were ready and they're not, gives you the opportunity to slide the next person in line, lowering that stress level a little bit. And also, of course, social distancing, being able to keep people apart and on their own pace. So some pilots have 1 or 2 packs to go. Other pilots have a few more to go. It's like 1 more to go for Shames, Racebot, Psycho. Looks like Mondo's done. That's his 10. Another 5 or 6 to go for Blue Line, Calculus, Droner, and a few more. Pilots are ready. Let's shave some time off that warm-up clock. I think this is Fix It, Darren Excavator, and Squiddy Man, isn't it? Just trying to help you out, Shames. I think. I mean, it's your spreadsheet. I don't want to break it. Peace and love. Peace and love. Say hello to Orbit watching the live stream on Facebook, and Johnny Fly watching our Facebook Live as well, as I was able to figure out how to stream to Facebook and into the MultiGP YouTube channel. Lots of footage from the first. Go ahead, James.
All right, yeah, we're going live here in about 20 seconds, guys. As soon as she stops talking.
Oh, why does it have to be a she? Why can't she be a they? How dare you? Fix it, Darren, Excavator, Squiddy Man. Your next 4 to fly. Here's a sport class heat. Looks like we don't have Squiddy Man. No video from Squiddy Man. So 3 to fly. They were ranked last year just outside of the sport class cut. And this year, a whole new class of sport class pilots. Maybe we'll see these 3, a little precursor. Wouldn't it be nice to kick things off at the first global qualifier of the season, make it to the champs? We'll see how it plays out. So far, these pilots doing all right. Fix It is your highest seed in this heat so far, a 69.3 as fast as 3 today. Then you have Excavator with an 80.2. That puts him 15th overall today. And Darren with an 87.4. That puts him 16th overall today. 21 pilots. Not the band. That's how many pilots there are. Fix It, your leader here after 1 with a 22.4. Then Excavator with a 27.5. Darren with a 27.8. You'll see them cross over differently because every pilot's first lap starts when they go through the start-finish gate. The tone and the checkered, that is the time we allow them to do as many laps as possible. And looks like we're not going to be doing too many laps there with Excavator. No, he's back up. He's back up. Those ghost branches back in the back of the course are now not going to affect anyone, thanks to Excavator. He just cut a few of them down. Firewood with a campfire a little bit later on. Fix It working on lap number 3. Just under a minute in, just over a minute still to go. There's 3 laps recorded here this time around for Fix It. Looking at some 20s. Going to need to bring the heat to climb deeper inside of the top 15. A little bit of time left on the clock. Fix It working on lap number 5. Darren getting onto lap number 4. There's Excavator getting onto lap number 4. 10 seconds to go before we wave a checkered flag at the line. Oh, we may have a buzzer beater. I'm watching Fix It. Corkscrewing. Oh, it'll be a checkered the next time they go through. Just about got it. And there's Excavator, Darren, and Fix It all wrapped up. 5 laps in the session for Fix It, 4 for Excavator, 4 for Darren. And no personal best in that one, but a fun time. They definitely enjoyed it. We say hello to H. Harrison Gale watching on Facebook as well, in addition to Wayne Martin watching in Canada. Also, Derek Connor, FPVCH, Quad Father, Johnny Fly, and my buddy Brady on the tone in less than 5. You're watching the first global qualifier as part of the 2020 MultiGP series. Last year, there was about 120 global qualifiers worldwide, and we take the top 200 pilots ranked on that global leaderboard. They come from all around the world. Last year, 16 different countries represented at the MultiGP Championship in Daytona Beach, Florida. The top 200 comprise our pro class. It'll be the first weekend in November as they'll compete for their chance to hit the podium, get the prizes, and the 2020 championship. The 201st and onward, the next 100 in that group are sport class division, and they compete in their own championship in Daytona. Halloween weekend, I think October 30th, 31st, and November 1st are dates right now. Of course, everything is penciled in pending restrictions lifted and peaks going down. I'm not an epidemiologist. What's the word, James? epidermis. Yeah. I'm not a doctor. So hard to gauge those peaks and valleys, but definitely hoping for some good things to come up with our championship. Speaking about our championship, we're going to visit with a few pilots. So we saw at our championship again here. We're seeing 21 pilots again and again, not in a standard heat order, and that show up, go ups. But here we are, a hot heat taking us back to Daytona. Droner, who was just inside of the top 20, Propsicle, who finished 10th overall at Champs, and Amari, who finished 8th overall at Champs. And they're going to be out there grinding it out with Wheelman, who was,
some time trying to verify my accounting system in regard to how many heats everyone has flown. And I guess it's if for some reason someone has flown more than 11 heats, we will be verifying after the fact. And worst case, you just don't get that last.
That sounds
heat.
fair.
So, yeah. But there's a chance that one or two pilots may have flown 11. It's just, we're trying to figure this stuff out. So just wanted to bring that
All
up.
right.
But here we go. We're pretty close here to sending this next heat. You guys are on the line and ready to go.
So I was saying epidemiologist, right? That's what I was saying, I believe. And thanks to Ben B, it's epidemiologist. So I missed the I. There's no I in team. But there is in win, and there is an epidemiologist. There we go. Thanks, Ben B. Thanks to Doug Kling as well in my ear. I learned a new word. Not sure what happened. My video feed froze at the track. I think Shames hit a bad button. We've I can actually test the midway point. No, we're frozen. We're frozen from Shames right now. And he hit a bad button. His OBS went down. Am I hearing myself at the venue? 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah, we've lost our connection with the venue, but that's all right. I'm sure he'll be back in just a little bit. Doug, are you able to jump in on the stream?
I am. Actually, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I don't know if it's going out of the stream because I don't have that. But we can... Okay, perfect. Good. So you're like Baba Booey. And I'm like Howard Stern.
Except for mine needs to be a little more like this, so you can hear it. But yes.
So a quick note here that the internet has died. I'm going to find out if it's coming back. I know that most of these pilots here are just wrapping up their last couple of packs. So if we're not able to reconnect with the Heart of America field in Moberly, Missouri, we do invite you to go to the Heart of America YouTube channel. You can see every pack on the track pretty much. The first ever global qualifier, the MultiGP series, kicking off here this weekend. 21 pilots, each of them getting 10 packs on the track, and it's all been streamed on the Heart of America channel. And yeah, his Heart of America channel. Oh, they'll be getting our MultiGP channel. So here is, remember, Doug, when we were talking earlier about how do we improve our live events? This is now the case study right here. What happens when you lose video at the track? You need the remote setup to say, hey guys, a little bit of a connection issue with the track. We'll be back momentarily. And that is what's happening right here. Doug, what do you think about this here? We're you and I, it's just like we were about 5 months ago at Champs, producing a live race broadcast. The future is now.
It is. Instead of just being, 20 feet apart from each other, we're probably about 1,000 miles away from each other right now.
Not the worst. Not the worst. And yeah, I like the reference to Baba Booey. I'm a huge Howard Stern fan.
Well,
I don't know if you see
you're
this.
the number 1 fan, I'm the number 2 fan. because I've
Heck
listened
yeah.
to Howard Stern from the WBCN days. Oh,
So
Shane, it looks
here
like
and
you
there.
also have your stream is stopped, so if you want to restart that.
Yeah, James is down. He's trying to get his spreadsheet up right now. We can hear him in our ears. But yeah, big Howard Stern fan. I have his latest book, Howard Stern Comes Again. It's on Amazon. And I like how you sound in my ears. To me, I sound really good in my headphones. I sound really deep like Howard Stern, and you sound like Baba Booey on the
That's
thing
exactly how
where he
it's
talks in on the radio.
I'm a
I
tin
love it.
can sound.
Yeah. But
I haven't read Comes Again yet, but I've seen all of his movies and watched every other book. I looked at every other book, and I've listened religiously from the very beginning. So I think I'm probably going to read the book.
well, he was my idol. As I started college, I took broadcasting, and on the collegiate radio station, I tried to be the next Howard Stern. Almost got kicked out of the program because of it, but I learned a lot. And now Howard Stern, that's the whole thing about this book. It's his greatest interviews of all time, like Jerry Seinfeld, David Letterman, Chris Rock, and so forth. And he is now more than the shock jock that he was. He is known worldwide as the king of all media, but also the greatest interviewer of all time. And I haven't read this book either. I just have it as a prop right now, Doug, so don't feel bad. I'll send it to you when I'm done. We'll spray it down.
That's great.
I don't think we're gonna be able to connect back with Shames here. He's working on his spreadsheet, and you're not getting them in, right?
I do not. Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you,
Shames.
but we just don't have you your screen
Your-
coming
All right. Oh. Well, it's good for some people to know. I was going to say, well, I guess that's it. Check for the results later.
out. Guys sitting on the line right now are like, wait.
So let me see connection-wise here. So waiting for Heart of America to come in, which Doug will pull, and then I'm going to need Shames. Good thing we're using that new link thing in the Firefox. So we'll be back live here momentarily with Heart of America. Actually, I muted my audio through your PA, didn't I? No, I didn't. After all that. My bad. Amazing that we can do this stuff remotely. Good times. Canal von Burnskate on YouTube says, it was a great time last year in Daytona. Unfortunately, all our qualifiers in Germany are canceled this year. Oh, no. Now, I wonder why that would be. Would that be a chapter decision? Or would that be like a government decision? Because you got to remember, there are ways to do a global qualifier in essence. Now, if you're using a park and the park is closed, that's going to be a little tough. But maybe take a page out of Shames's book, hosting it at a personal property. Gathering sizes, there's really only one number when it comes to hosting a global qualifier that matters, and that's the number of 3. You have to fly 3 pilots at a time. So you can host a qualifier with 6 pilots, 7 pilots. Everywhere, it's pretty much gatherings less than 10, at least at this point. I know some places are 5, but, you know, eventually we'll get to 10 and more. So fingers crossed, hands together. Maybe you'll be able to host a qualifier. Quads flying in the background. Our next MultiGP qualifiers coming up in about 3 weeks' time. Prowler FPV hosting one in Papillion, Nebraska. Then it looks like the next one on the docket is July 11th in West Barnstable, Massachusetts with MA Drone Racing. I'm sure we'll see a few more in there as well. I know a lot of people are trying to take the lead on how do you host an event under social distancing.
Barnstable, that's Mr. Perry.
That is. And you.
Oh, yes.
And the way this is going, maybe me. So Craig Downing says, no, Shame's saying his, or someone's saying his YouTube's frozen. I guess. Oh yeah, on our stream. I don't even understand what we're saying. Oh, I now have my video connection to the track. I see Shames. I think we're back in business.
I don't have it yet, but... Oh.
You don't? Shouldn't be. Says we're connected. The suspense is killing me. I'm really sitting right here. Oh, how about freaking FPV? My buddy Seth Eakin. He says Beetlejuice is the best part of Howard Stern.
Actually, he's right. You are right, Seth. Although we haven't seen him much lately.
You know who is another huge Howard Stern fan that's a drone racer? Otter.
Oh,
Otter.
Yeah.
he's my buddy.
That was, remember when the storm hit the Northeast regional final in 2018? Yeah. And I don't know, I said something like, oh, we were under a tent, couldn't see anything, and the pilots were coming up asking us a million questions. And then I'm like, listen, if I don't say there's a channel change, then you're on the same channel. Please stop asking me. With peace and love. Peace and love. Then all of a sudden, I heard.
It's gone now. Oh, I heard. There he is.
Pilots ready?
Ready.
I got so many tabs. Oh yeah, we lost. You lost his OBS connection. Oh, it's coming back. All right, Doug, you should have his feed. I'm missing my Firefox there, Shames. I think we gotta call it there, bud. What do you think, Doug? We made history? All right, one last try. All right. It's all good. Yeah, buddy. They're running their 44th heat of qualifying. Fix It, Darren, and Squiddy Man, the pilots in the air. And for us, it's like AM radio. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call it here, Dougie.
Yeah.
You know, you can only do so much magic with the internet. But I mean, this is 2020. Thanks to coronavirus, Doug Kling and I have been working behind the scenes trying to use this time wisely to improve our live stream production from live drone races and even sim races. We got a doozy of a sim race coming up. We should be releasing here momentarily. We are back now? Okay. So we're not going to send it?
Sorry, came back to the last second.
Yeah, but I don't have my live feed.
You?
Nope, not from Firefox. I don't have Shames. And I don't have Dougie to me. I don't have Shames to me. I think it's my time to take a knee, bud.
You're right.
I think it's time for that send off.
It has been great, though.
Yeah, it has been a lot of fun. Thank you, Dougie. Thanks to Sean Ames for having us as part of this here. We actually have control of Shames's YouTube channel, so we're going to now revert everyone back over to the Heart of America FPV channel so you can see behind the scenes. It's the first ever global qualifier for 2020, even though many other sports have been shut down and they are just sitting at home watching old races, old matches on television and so forth. The MultiGP series for 2020 has kicked off, and they're already underway. 44 heats of qualifying, 21 pilots now ranked globally on the MultiGP leaderboard. Those official results will be up Monday or Tuesday. And the time to beat, 32.2. Propsicle is our TQ so far. We saw him again at Champs, 10th overall in the field at Champs. Last year on the leaderboard, he was 5th overall, defending his spot back in the number 1 spot for the start of the season as well. And Race Spot strong in the number 2 spot as well with a 36.2. Then Mondo with 0.4 of a second back behind Tim in 3rd with a 36.8. Shames is in 4th, just a 10th behind Mondo from 3rd in the number 4 spot with 36.9. And then last night's champion on the DRL sim race on NBC Sports, Amari with a 38.2. 5th over there. You know, fastest in the sim. We talked about that 1 to 2 seconds right now. He is actually 1 to 2 seconds per lap behind Propsicle right now, the leader of the MultiGP leaderboard for the 2020 season. Thanks to Shames and Heart of America for hosting us here this afternoon, making history, the first ever remotely called drone race that is part of the MultiGP leaderboard bashing that is the MultiGP series. Thanks to Doug Kling making it happen, our great partners as well. We will see you again as we check in on more global qualifiers, maybe host some real races. Have a pleasant night, and we'll see you next time on the MultiGP YouTube channel. I'm Joe Scully. We'll see you again. No worries.
Hey, sorry
No
that
worries.
tech went to crap on my end.
All right, I got to make your YouTube work again.
That was a
I
good
think.
time, though. Thank you, guys.